All right, guys, happy to bring to you a new season of movie watching. This is one that we have carved out for the first time because in years past, Christmas Fest has been from December the 1st to December 31st. And so this time we've decided unanimously to change Christmas Fest to December 1st to December 25th. And then that leaves us with a full week of what to do. And so we do call Thanksgiving Fest a season, and that's only 5 days. And so we will have a new season to end the calendar year, and we're going to call this one the End of December season of movie watching. Another short one. This one, Thanksgiving Fest is 5 days. This one, 6 days. This one lasts from December 26th to December 31st. And then right after that, we roll directly into one of my favorites, the January season of movie watching, which we've already broken down on the whiteboard, but this one being a new season, I'm going to break it down for you tonight. Thanks for tuning in to the Frank Addington channel. This premiere video of the analysis and explanation of the End of December season of movie watching. A short season with 6 days only in the entire season. There are 3 must-watches, so we got a must-watch every other day right after Christmas Fest ends. And there's actually a case to be made that this season should begin on the 25th of December, because even though it is Christmas Day, I think people are getting a little tired of Christmas films after Christmas Eve, but that'll be for the winter meetings. So but for now, December 26th, December 31st, 3 must-watch films. You'll notice that it's a little strange. We have one 2000s film and we have a 1990s film as our must-watches. And the first one is Jason X, 2002. And so this one is definitely a kind of an outlier in the anthology series of Friday the 13th, but as you saw when I did my rankings of the Friday the 13th films, this one is my second, I think I had it my second or third favorite of all time in the series. It has a cult following. You'll notice that I did write 2002. If you look it up, sometimes it will say 2001. On IMDb it says 2001. It was released mostly in 2002, summer of 2002. And this was the one that was made during, there was a developmental hell of making Jason Goes, Friday the 13th, Friday versus Jason 2003. There was a developmental hell of making that film, and they were trying to fill some space, so they did Jason X, which came almost 10 years after Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. But this one was a New Line film. It's not Paramount, and it's 93 minutes long, and they do bring back Kane Hodder in this. So it's great to see Kane Hodder, one of his best performances as Jason. He's not my favorite Jason, but he does a great job in Jason X. Lexa Doig is our last girl in this, and then we have Lisa Ryder as the bot, and then we have my clone. Dewey calls me, says I'm a lot like this guy, Jonathan Potts. I did a full as Professor Lowe. I did a full best of Professor Lowe right here on the Frank Addington channel. If you want to check that out and see the similarities between Frank Addington himself and Jonathan Potts' character in this, he's great. And then we have Chuck Campbell as the final boy in this. Okay, and we also have David Cronenberg is in this as well in a cameo at the beginning, and we have Todd Farmer is in this as well. He was he was on the production team in this, but he's also in it. And then the director of this film, forget his name, but he also has a little cameo at the very beginning. It's like the doctor. All right, and so Jason X, one of my favorite Friday the 13th films. It has a very cold feel to it. I mean, he's cryogenically frozen, so when they go to find him, they're all bundled up. So it really does have an end of calendar year feel to it, and it's just a great movie to watch at the very last week before the year ends. Jason X, 2002, great film. And then one of our other must-watches is called, it's kind of a deep cut, it's called Five Aces, 1999. And this is one that was a comedy that failed terribly. It's 95 minutes long. It stars Charlie Sheen, who's billed as Charles Sheen, David Sherrill, Jeff Cesario, Michael McGrady, and then you have, those are the five aces here, those four, and then Christopher McDonald, you might remember from Happy Gilmore, of course, okay, as Shooter McGavin, and he's in this, and his character is probably my favorite of all the five aces. He's really good. And you also have Tia Carrere, who was in Wayne's World, and the Hawaiian actress. She's kind of wasted in this film, but she's good in it. You also have a couple of quality older actors in this. Matt Clark, who is still with us, is Charlie Sheen's dad. And then you also have the bartender. Let me look him up real quick. Forget his name. The bartender in this is Jeffrey Lewis. So Jeffrey Lewis is the bartender. He's kind of just a real experienced actor. So a couple of a pretty good cast in this, but it just didn't do very well. It does have kind of a cult following. It's got a lot of snow in it. There's a snowball baseball game. They're playing baseball in the snow. There's a lot of scenes in the snow, like it's snowing outside the bar. Jeff Cesario's character gets punched. He's out there, it's freezing. It's just a perfect atmosphere for the end of year. Great movie. It's got a lot of heart to it, and I really like this movie, Five Aces. It's a must watch. And finally we have Rick Nelson, The Final Concert, 1985. I know you see his name come up a lot in must watches for different seasons, like Christmas Fest. There was the last night's feature presentation. I'm recording this on December 11th. The Girl in the Emporium, he was great in that. But he's in this for The Final Concert, 1985. This one is kind of not easy to find a good upload of this on the internet, but it does exist. It's 61 minutes long. It's a great concert. I'm not sure how many songs there are, but a lot of his early songs are short, so he goes through a lot of these old songs, and I'm pretty sure he does. He ends with the song "Rave On," the Buddy Holly and the Cricket song, and that's turned out to be the last song he ever did. But "Fools Rush In" was great that he did during the '80s on tour. He did a great version of this. The studio version is not as good, but his "Fools Rush In," "Where Angels Fear to Tread," which was a hit in 1963, that's a great version of this in concert. Of course, "Garden Party," it's the Waiting in School, "Stood Up" medley. And it's a fantastic concert. It was his last concert, December the 30th, 1985, I forget forget the city, but it was in Alabama. I think it's called Guntersville, Alabama. And you also had Bobby Neal, great lead guitarist, kind of did the James Burton parts. James Burton was his lead guitarist in the 50s and through the 60s. And Bobby Neal, this is not the Stone Canyon Band, by the way, from the 70s. This is a different band, a very good band. Bobby Neal, Pat Woodward, Ricky Enfield is good, and then I forget who plays what, and then Andy Chapin, no relation to Harry. That's the full band there, and it was less than 24 hours after this concert, all of these people did die in the plane crash. So that's another reason this is a must-watch for this time of year. The plane crash was on the 31st of December, 1985, and a reason that this is definitely a year that if you haven't seen this, makes it even of more importance because this is the 40th anniversary of that tragic plane crash, in which the plane went down in Texas. But it kind of adds a lot of like emotion and feel to it when you're watching this. Like, wow, it's the last time that you would see these guys ever. And most importantly, you get a feel for how much Rick Nelson enjoyed playing live in the 80s and how it seemed like he was just really at peace with everything, with the songs, and not having to apologize for being a teen idol. He was just really comfortable with it. He's having a great time. He's sweating. He's doing like fist pumps. He's toying around at the piano during a piano solo with the guy on piano. It's just a lot of fun. It looks like it was a really fun concert. Tickets probably didn't cost anything. It's 45-year-old Rick Nelson looking really good. And you get the feeling that if that tragedy hadn't happened, he would have been performing today, like Paul McCartney still is, So this is one of our must-watches, the Rick Nelson, the final concert, 1985. Got to check it out. Those are our 3 must-watches, and then we have for others for this season, the end of December season of movie watching. The day after Christmas, 2011, is one you can check out on the 26th. That's 22 minutes long. It's a short film. It's pretty good. It was a feature for Christmas Fest a couple of years ago. Then we have Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason X Manhattan. This one clocking in at one of the longest Friday the 13th films, 97 minutes. This one with Kane Hodder as Jason. And this one is Jensen Daggett is your last girl, one of the weaker last girls in this, but Kelly Hu. This one is one of the least liked, of course, in the franchise, but why is it in this season? Because it takes place in June, which is really weird. It's like post-graduation cruise, and then, but a lot of the shots feel a little cold, especially in Manhattan. But the most important thing is it's just one as a filler to set up Jason X as your must watch. So it's a good one to watch like maybe the night before you watch Jason X, because in my chronology of the series, it goes from Jason X Manhattan in Manhattan to Jason X. It does not include the final Friday Jason Goes to Hell. That's more of a hypothetical film. Okay, that's how I've reconciled with that terrible Friday the 13th film. Enjoyed on a level of it's just a hypothetical. What could have happened if he was switching bodies? So this is one of our others. I just added an affair to remember. 1957, 115 minutes. Of course, the famous Cary Grant film. It takes place on New Year's Eve. Famous New Year's Eve film. And you can go with Sleepless in Seattle if you want to. 1993, I think it was that film, which is a remake, a loose remake of Affair to Remember, New Year's Eve related. I've never seen this one, so but just added it because it's kind of significance for the season. Career Opportunities, 1991. I highly suggest checking this out. It's a nice 83 minutes, kind of quick comedy film. It's my favorite John Hughes comedy. We talk about John Hughes a lot in the room, but this is my favorite John Hughes film. It's so underrated. It's Frank Whaley is the lead actor. It's really charming, really good, overconfident. I love his character. You might remember him as the young Moonlight Graham in Field of Dreams, the guy they pick up hitchhiking. He goes to the baseball game, Frank Whaley. Archie Graham is his name in the film, in Field of Dreams. And then it also has the beautiful Jennifer Connelly in this. And you also have a cameo, an uncredited cameo by John Candy. A great cameo as the manager of Target when Frank Whaley's character is trying to get a job there. He is hilarious in this. You have a couple of other recognizable actors in this. Great comedy. Most of it takes place in a Target overnight during the graveyard shift hours. It's really funny, and it feels like it happens on New Year's Eve. It doesn't actually take place on New Year's Eve, but it seems like it could have been like a New Year's Eve overnight film. So check this out if you haven't already, guys. This is a great comedy. And New Year's Evil, a horror film, 1980. I've never seen it, but it looks interesting. New Year's related. Clocking in at 90 minutes. And another comedy that you should definitely check out. It's incredibly underrated, called Only You, 1992. 85 minutes long. It starts at Christmas, it ends New Year's Eve. And it's very emotional. It's very funny, but it's very emotional at the end. It's similar to The Sure Thing, 1985, a romantic comedy, very predictable. Andrew McCarthy, who's such an underrated actor back then, wants the perfect, beautiful girl, and it ends up being it's Kelly Preston is the one he's obsessed with, and he's on this Hawaii trip with, but she's ignoring him, and Helen Hunt is there. She's kind of the girl next door, and they're getting along too. And you just know what's going to happen at the end. Even though he loves the hot girl, he ends up with the more down to earth, kind of the one he has a better connection with. Only You, 1992, guys. It's a really good film. Check this one out. There's another Only You from 1998 or something that got more people know more about, but this one's no one knows about it. It's a romantic comedy, excellent film. So that is the end of December season of movie watching. Really glad to have a little space for these films to have the must-watch categories now. I think it's definitely overdue that we made this decision to make Christmas Fest what it is, perfectly cut off at Christmas Day, and then have a little extra season to close out the calendar year. Doesn't close out the year in movie watching. We still have a January season, we still have Omen season, and then that ends the year. Okay, so it goes until about March, early March, so a couple weeks into March. All right, so that's our end of December season movie watching. 3 must watches. Jason X, Five Aces, Rick Nelson, the final concert. For this year, I'm gonna just say highly recommended for everybody. It would be this one. I don't think everyone's gonna like this. I don't think everyone's gonna like this, but this would be probably the one I would recommend. Definitely because it's the 40-year anniversary. These are fun. I would actually recommend for you guys more career opportunities and Only You for others. Maybe make for a must-watch. This is close to being a must-watch because of how it's a really good movie and it connects with. It's kind of a little extra carryover of Christmas Fest, but it's more about New Year's. So, okay, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching right here on the Frank Addington channel. If you want to see the January season of movie watching, it's already here on the Frank Addington channel. I'm not redoing that one, but for now, enjoy the rest of Christmas Fest. I'm just giving you a little preparation time for the next season, but we still have a lot of Christmas Fest to go. Put your focus there, but keep this in the back pocket Thanks for watching, and we're gonna have some NFL tonight. So, all right, boys. It's trivia time, so let's keep doing some rapid fire. Thanks for checking this out right here on the Frank Addington channel. Maybe the final premiere of 2025 on the Frank Addington channel. Click like and subscribe, you bastards.